Right. Today we are going to start learning about Python programming language. So first of all, so what is the use of learning Python programming language and where the Python programming is used, right? And what is programming? All the basic concepts we are going to learn. The first point is why we are attending the programming sessions. See, programming languages, just to develop applications. To develop applications, we can also call it as the softwares. Using the programming languages, we are developing applications. Just general example, as we can understand easily. Okay, simply suppose a banking application we are developing. Consider. So the next question is, okay, what is the purpose of application? So what a software application will do exactly? If you take that example banking application, so that easily you can understand, every application is for two reasons only. Two reasons. One is storing the information. Second one is perform operations on information, the data. Consider bank application is there. So one customer entered into the bank and the customer want to take the account. So what they will do? First of all, they will collect customer details and save the details. Save the details is nothing but account given. Next, what they will do? They will maintain the transactions. So what are the transactions? When they can deposit amount, when they can withdraw amount, when they can transfer amount, all these things. Simply. So every application is for only two reasons. One is to store the data. Second one is to perform operations on data. Here, how to store the information and how they will perform the operations on information. The best example. Here, suppose where we are storing the information permanently, always with a database. In database, we are storing the information. This is database. How you will store means what? In database, normally we store the information in the form of tables. It's a table. Consider the banking application only. Consider the banking application only. Suppose all the account details we are maintaining. We create the table. Suppose is a account table. We store the information like account number, account holder name, balance in account. But sir, how can we create this table? We should take the help of one software called database management system. Here we will learn the concept called MySQL. Using the MySQL, you can create the data. You can insert the data into table. You can update. You can collect the data, retrieve. If you don't want, you can remove the data, delete. Any database operation, if you want to learn, we should learn database management system. So that is actually called the database. But remember, general example, consider is the banking application. Who will use the bank application? Who will use? Either customers will use, customers, or bank employees will use. Those who took the account from the bank or employees will use. Simple, na? Customers or employees. Now, whenever you are performing those operations, customers don't know database. Employees also don't know the database. They have the knowledge of using application that is called front-end application. You can say user interface, UI. You can also call it as a client. Simply one customer entered into the bank. What they will do? Simply they will open the bank application, something like so and so bank.com. Welcome banking. If you want to create account, just we give the options here. Just create account, we are giving option. When they click on this, then we are designing one form. Enter account details. What is the account number? What is the account holder name? What is the balance in account? Then create the account. Create the account. We are just designing this form. Sir, how can we develop this one? We can develop using the concepts called HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are actually called UI technologies. And little advanced after completion of JS, you can learn React also. It's called framework. Everything for reason is what is developing the client system. Developing the client system. So customers or employees is always use this user interface only. Client only they will use. Client. Sir, okay, if they have developed, inserted some data like number, suppose is a name, suppose is a balance. Whenever they click on create, when they click on create button, where it will go? Where it will go? It will go to server side programming. In this server side programming only, we will use the concepts of core and advanced Python, followed by a framework called Django framework. This is server side coding. Sir, what it is responsible for? Server side coding is responsible for first one, collect HTML data. Whatever the input you submitted in the user interface will collect. Second step is what? Connect with the database. Connect with database. Simply, it is connecting to the database. Is connecting. After connecting with the database, what it will do? Store information into database. Store information into the database. These details will go and store here. The data will go and store here. After that, finally, get the result. Get results means what? Successfully stored or not. Display the results. Display the results. Successfully successfully inserted, or for any reason, if it has failed, that failed one is if it is a success, that's it will show that success page or success message. For any reason, if it has failed, so why the reason, that failure page or message it will give, failure page or message it will give. This is the one, the simple one. So whenever we are developing the application, sir, normally what we have to learn here, of course, initially we are starting with python python and sql. Sir, where these things useful, and where all these things useful, what all the concepts we are learning means what here. This is actually complete application development end to end. So what we should learn, and where exactly this python and sql is useful. So different types of developers are there, different types of developers. Here it is. If you want to become a python full stack developer, then you have to learn the client side programming end to end. Client side programming with framework, nothing but UI technologies plus any framework like React we have to learn. Server side programming, first we need to start with the basic Python coding, Python core, and followed by advanced. And then here it is a framework. Server side framework we need to learn. Server side framework we need to learn, that is called Django. Next one, some services REST API we are learning. In the database, simply you can learn MySQL, or you can learn some MongoDB, NoSQL, and all concepts you can learn. If you want to become a Python full stack developer, you need to concentrate on client side programming. Second one is a server side programming. Third one is a database. No, sir. If I want to choose only Python core and advanced plus SQL. After completion of core and advanced Python, of course, here only we will learn using that collection based libraries, collection data types. You need to concentrate on collections more. And some of the libraries called NumPy, Pandas, Matplot, SciPy, Matplotlib. After learning all these things, simply you can move to data science side, data science and data analytics and all. Using the same thing, by learning all these things, you can go with the data science side. You can go with the data analytics side. Data analytics, we need to learn again. It's like any cloud service. And suppose here it is analytics one, maybe Microsoft Advanced Excel. But these kind of things, suppose if you learn, you can go with the data analytics side or data engineering side also, or data engineering side also we can. But we have to learn Python and SQL perfectly. No, Python is just for gaming. Most of the people will learn. Only for scripting, most of the people will learn. But anyway, after learning the Python and SQL, you can move to the data science. You can move to the data analytics, or by attending Django classes, front-end classes, all these classes, you can become Python full stack developer also. So depends on your requirement. You have to select the path. Right? If you are looking for the multiple chances, here chance is what? By learning these things, you can become only front-end developer. Complete UI developer you can become. And here it is, by learning all these things, you can become full stack developer. If you need more opportunities, you can go with the data engineering or data science also. By learning all these things, more you need to attend. Become data scientist or data analyst or data engineer. Data engineer. These many chances are there, but for all these things, first you should be good at that Python coding. These are the things we are going to learn. We will start from the very basic programming. First, we will start with the functional programming. Functional programming first, without introducing that object-oriented programming. Later in the middle, object-oriented programming we will introduce. After completion of object-oriented programming, exception handling, threading, these type of things, file handling, inner classes, then modular programming, modules, those modules only called collections, numpy pandas, matplot, all the modules. Finally, database, graphical user interface. Finally, by learning the SQL concepts, SQL plus Python DB connectivity, Python database connectivity we will learn. All these concepts we are going to cover in just Python and SQL concept. So if you want to become a Python full stack developer, after completion of this, you should learn the remaining things of front-end classes, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, framework classes, Django framework you need to attend. The backend classes, either MySQL completely. Here only we will learn the database, MySQL database. All these things we will cover. Okay. Remember, these all the programs we will learn.